Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So guys, I get this question asked quite a bit on my channel. How long do we have to wait in 2019 before we can finally see some action? Before we see the price rise again to astronomical heights? Well guys, that depends on a bunch of things. We are at the mercy of legislative decisions made by governments. So whenever that happens, that happens. Unfortunately, I do not have a crystal ball, but what I can tell you is that historically speaking, we have seen Bitcoin move in more or less predictable patterns. So again, a speculative move. Let's say governments are deciding to take their sweet ass time and not get the show on the road. We can at least rely on previous ebbs and flows in the cryptocurrency space. And by that, I'm talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been around for 10 years, and therefore we can kind of gauge somewhat how the market moves in relation to Bitcoin. So again, this is not a video about real world utility. This is not a video about when XRP will go to the moon based on large volumes by institutional transactions. This is a video based on the cryptocurrency market and when in 2019 we could possibly see some upward momentum. And so this is Wikipedia and the history of Bitcoin. And basically it kind of outlines all the price points and what dates Bitcoin hit during upward trends and downward trends. And so this is not a terribly scientific method of doing things. I'm just going to kind of give you the ebbs and flows of the market. And the reason why I'm keeping it a bit loose is because a lot of these things have to do with human psychology, human emotions. People make trades based on how they feel, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for us, but unfortunately for them sometimes. And so we can kind of get a sense of the ebbs and flows of the cryptocurrency space through time. So ultimately, I've just kind of synopsized the years here, kind of whenever there was some drastic price movement. And what I was going to do was I was going to actually color code these to kind of give you guys a sense of, you know, was it kind of a bullish period, a bearish period, stagnant, so on and so forth. So basically, March 2010 to February 2011, we saw Bitcoin go from 0.003 cents to $1. Could you imagine if you got Bitcoin at 0.003? It's a huge percentage gain. I would consider that bullish. So bullish, we will color code in green. February 2011 to July 2011, we saw Bitcoin go from $1 to $31. Again, another bullish period. And so I'm not going by the years. I'm just kind of finding ebbs and flows in the market, okay? And I hope you'll see what I mean as we keep going. So now we got July 2011 to December 2011. Very bearish here. So I'm going to make red bearish, okay? So that was 2011, but earlier in 2011, we saw some bullish movement, then some bearish movement. But then from 2011, December 2011 to December 2012, we saw more bullish movement. So realistically, I kind of want to give 2011 a neutral rating. So neutral will be orange because there was large upswings, large downswings, and then we saw some upswings again. So instead of kind of deeming it bearish completely and bullish and separating the two, I'm just going to kind of give it a neutral color there of orange. Now what do we see here? December 2012 to April 2013, it went from $13 all the way up to $266. Guys, to me, that is extremely bullish. I want to categorize extremely bullish as purple, okay? Same thing here, April 2013 to November 2013, $266 per Bitcoin, all the way up to $1,242. Again, to me, that looks extremely bullish, okay? So let's go back. Bullish. Neutral because we did see bullish movement and then bearish movement, so I categorized it as neutral. And then again, December 2012, bullish from the $2 to $13. Then once we got into 2013, we saw extreme movement. We saw a very bullish trend. Part of that had to do with the Arab Spring that was going on, people dumping their money into cryptocurrency because they couldn't trust their governments. They didn't trust their fiat situation at the time. So 2013 shaped up to be very, very bullish, categorized as purple. Now, 2014, guys, there was a huge decline. And again, guys, I'm just going off this chart here. I kind of, again, just rounded up the numbers, and in 2014, we saw a decline. That was indeed bearish. So that'll be red. After 2014 was over, we saw a 2015 where there wasn't much movement either, but you know what? It stayed pretty stagnant. There wasn't too many uptrends, but we didn't see many lower lows either. 2016 was an interesting year. We started to see an increase, but of course, nothing to write home about. I mean, of course, we'd rather see slow increases than a bear market, let's say, but that was the year where we started to see the market rebound. So I'd say categorize that in green. Now, it's interesting to go back here for a second. Although we saw a steady incline of prices in 2016, from November 2013 to March 2017, we saw Bitcoin price go from about 1242 to 1290. So basically break even throughout this entire time. I'm going to leave that black for now because that's kind of an unusual time frame there. Now, here's the pièce de résistance. In my opinion, March 2017 to December 2017, a Bitcoin price from 1290 all the way to $19,800. Guys, extremely bullish in 2017. So slight gains in 2016 and then humongous gains in 2017. Of course, we all remember 2018, guys. A huge decline in the market. Nothing but lower highs and lower lows, leading us to 2019, which is this year, first quarter, first month of 2019. So what is my opinion on cryptocurrency and where we will go in quarters 1 and 2 and 3 and 4? And I divided it up in that regard because from looking at this, I see a trend. I just visually see that after periods of incline, we see either periods of stagnation or decline. And the decline has historically happened after huge bullish runs up. Okay, so I would like to say that since we have taken an entire year to see declines, we are now ready for quarters 1 and quarter 2 to stagnate a little. That is my opinion. I think by 2019, we are either going to see some green, and I'm going to separate this out, some green and possibly some purple. And the reason why I say that is because the crypto space is changing dramatically. Let's go to this article here for a second. Bakkt and institutions are entering the market in 2019. It is now a fact that 2018 was a very bearish year for cryptocurrencies, and we have officially entered 2019. Many cryptocurrency leaders say that 2019 might be the year when institutions will enter the cryptocurrency market. Institutions might bring a new wave of adoption. For example, Michael Novogratz, the founder of Galaxy Investment Partners, I know we've talked about him before, stated a while ago that institutional players would enter the market in 2019. And guys, this is all news that we all know. I think quarter 1 or quarter 2, if the institutions start coming in, will put in new highs. That's what Mike Novogratz says. So new highs in quarter 1, quarter 2, he's actually more bullish than what my prediction is. I think if we start seeing them come in quarter 1 and quarter 2, we're going to start seeing the stagnation, maybe quarter 1, maybe quarter 2, we'll start to see the ramp up. And then by quarter 3 and quarter 4, we could see a bullish trend, a very bullish trend, or even, a bullish trend ramping up to the end of quarter 4 for 2019, very bullish, something along these lines. And so I hope you guys can see why I'm color coding this and not giving you kind of straight numbers, because it's all about market sentiment and what is happening in the crypto space. The other thing I just want to point out here, I know some people are wondering, well, but 2015 was a whole year of stagnation before we saw some inclines. And that's true. That happened in the tech space too. Back when the NASDAQ crashed after the dot-com bubble, it crashed here in 2000 and all throughout 2000 and 2001 up until mid-2002 we didn't start seeing some bullish momentum upward. But again, this was almost 20 years ago, guys. And technology has come a long way. Not only has technology come a long way, I'm finding that markets are recovering faster and more furious than ever before. The fact of the matter is that the bubble that we were in 2017, after this huge rush up, we needed a severe correction in order to kind of get back on our feet and to sustain the gains for the future. So now that regulations are coming down the pipe, institutional money is going to be pouring into cryptocurrencies. I personally feel that this is how we're going to map out the next 12 months. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.